everybody, this is another one of the retroactive episodes. We've been making references to Puppet Master 3 pretty much since the first episode. And up until the Odd Thomas episode this past week, I think we all agreed that it was the best episode that we've ever done. So it only seems right that we make this a retroactive episode. So some of you guys who never listened to Reddit Horror Club will understand a lot of the references and origins of some of our favorite inside jokes. I sent the episode out to Scott and Adam so they could re-listen to it and see if there was anything that they particularly wanted to call out being favorable moments in this episode. Did you guys hear anything that we may have forgotten happened in this one?
I mean, every time there were boobs on the screen, my wife looked over.
Which became like an ongoing thing with every time any movie had boobs in it now.
Yeah, I mean, and also, like, now all we talk about is how much of a prick Toulon is. He's like, you know, his dead wife's soul is trapped for eternity inside a puking puppet. It's terrible. I mean,
yeah, this we picked Hausu because it had the notes, the like short story notes. This one we picked because it's all about that leech woman discussion. Like, we were like offended that he would do this to his wife.
Someone he supposedly loves.
I'm sorry, my dear. I guess it's the best I can do for you.
Yeah, it's also all about me doing a Toulon impression the whole time.
But when
Toulon as Vincent Price as Jeffrey Rush.
Well, the other reason that I picked this one, because actually my favorite line, and I won't spoil the actual line, but it's Adam has a brilliant response to discovering that I have a soundproof laundry room. that keep your ears open for that, because that is probably my favorite of any of Adam's quips.
I was just say it's no two piss holes in a snowbank, but that's just me.
Yeah, but that one was pre-written. That one was predetermined in advance. This one was off the cuff.
Well, this was the night that we had recorded 3 podcasts in a row.
And this was number 3.
Well, no, this was number 2. We didn't even talk. We forgot to even bring this up. So this was actually recorded the first time I ever met Scott.
I try not to talk about that too much.
So we did. So we can tell this story real quick. So basically, the original plan was that all 3 of us were going to meet each other for the first time and do these panels for the St. Mort show in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And because Canada sucks balls on being even remotely timely on making passports happen, Adam ended up having to bow out that week. So Scott and I had to fly solo on this. And in the previous episode, we tried to record it in the same room, and you will not be hearing that episode in a retroactive episode because the sound is shit. Because there's so much echo going on the whole fucking time because we're in the same room. So the solution was that I would sit in the laundry room while Scott could lounge out on whatever chair he chose in the other room.
Matt's laundry room is some weird soundproof fucking torture chamber. Scott drove 6 hours to sit in 2 separate rooms. Was it just 3?
Yeah. It was just 3
hours to sit.
No, was it 6 hours?
It was a 6-hour drive. If it was only a 3-hour drive, I would visit you all the time.
Yeah, no, it was 6 hours. Yeah, I drove across basically the entire state of Pennsylvania.
The most boring state you could drive through because it's just trees all the time.
I was pretty. I was like, man, this is a long ass drive. Yeah. And then I get there, and I'm all stoked, and it's not awkward to hang out with Matt in real life. And then he's like, I can't record in the same room with you. I'm going to go into the soundproof laundry room where I put the dead bodies.
And then the flip side of that was not only did we power through 3 episodes, but this was also when my roommate and his girlfriend wanted us to go get food from the diner. And we were like, yeah, no, that's cool. We're only going to record 1 more episode. And 3 hours later, I'm texting him at 11 p.m. And I'm like, you still want to get that food? And he's like, we fucking ate hours ago. You're an asshole that said you'd be up in 30 minutes. And then literally as if you'd imagine we'd be sick of talking to Adam via Skype. But then sure enough, we come back from Westchester and are just like, hey, Adam, let's Skype some more. And just we'll watch Dr. Giggles and tell you what's happening on the screen.
Pretty much. Yeah, so I got like sneak peeks of Dr. Giggles.
But I think that's all we really need to say in the beginning of this episode. I hope you guys enjoy this. The episode for Monkey Shines is going to be coming out on Sunday morning, so keep an ear open for that. But thank you for sticking with us. And just to throw this out there one more time, we are starting the next round of movies, and we are letting the people who don't usually talk on the Reddit page, but like just follow us on Facebook or Twitter or just listening on SoundCloud or on iTunes to submit their own movie suggestions. So send us an email at hmnpodcast@gmail.com and let us know some of the movies that you want us to watch. We've only watched one of the Puppet Master movies for this show, so all of the other ones are fair game.
Oh,
we
God.
might.
Yeah, Scott's just dying to rewatch them.
Scott might turn down most of them, but
you know what? I take that as a challenge. I will totally rewatch any Puppet Master.
There you go. He's throwing it out there.
I will watch the pile of shit that is Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, if only to put the two of you guys through the same pain that I've gone through.
We've both watched it before.
We told you not to watch it.
That didn't happen.
There's probably audio proof.
Episode of the Reddit Horror Club. We are discussing Puppet Master 3 as picked by Adam. I've seen this a bunch of times. I know Adam's seen this a bunch of times. I think this was Scott's first time watching it. So let's talk about it. First of all, Adam, why did you pick Puppet Master 3?
Hey, wait, just one sec. All right, let's talk about Puppet Master.
Man, I wish I had like 5 of those right now.
Well, you wish you had them when you were watching this fucking movie. Man, oh man, it was like, I knew like we were, all three of us picking like weird, kind of like funny, ridiculous movies this round. I got the real fucking bummer on this one. I'm taking the hit for this one. This is bad. This is real fucking bad. I don't know how the fuck I got a hold of this, but I had a VHS copy of Puppet Master 3 when I was 9 years old, and I watched that thing into the fucking ground. Mainly the scenes with the Nazi titties where the guy's in the tub.
Dude, amazing.
Those are... Dude,
Megan
great.
Oh yeah, they're awesome, but Megan decided to look over when... Only 2 times in this movie. 1, when the guy is in the tub with all the chicks. 2, when the guy is getting banged by one of the prostitutes. She was like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
It's just Nazi porn.
That is my fetish.
Well, we know what gift's going in this thread. All right. So I watched the shit out of this, and man, I was remembering this shit through rose-colored glasses because this was not a very good movie. Surprisingly, though, the highest rated of the Puppet Master movies.
Well, so I was going to say that I feel like I'm right in the same fucking boat with you, and I think a whole bunch of other people are in the same boat with me, because usually when you mention Puppet Master, without fail, everyone's like, "Oh man, Part 3 is the best fucking one," and like.
It is, but it's the best of a real bad fucking lot.
Well, this reminds me of a thing that I always think is interesting from my youth was like when I was in junior high and high school, I hated trauma films, but I loved Full Moon. And then like somewhere around college that like switch flipped. And I was like, man, Full Moon movies really aren't that good, but I really like the trauma movies. And I think that for whatever reason, Full Moon more so was making movies absolutely for the 13-year-old. Like, I think Charles Band has always been making the movie for the 13-year-old whose older brother is renting him horror movies. Like, as far back as Ghoulies and all that other shit. Like, he knew exactly who his demographic was. And whereas, like, yeah, Lloyd Kaufman makes, like, fucking cartoon versions of horror movies, but he usually has, like, these weird, like, he's trying to make a statement in them, so, like, it kind of goes over your head as a kid, but, like, as an adult, you're like, oh, this is about veganism, or, like, oh, this is about the film industry. But, like, as a kid, you're just like, these movies don't make sense, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and I mean, Trauma is like, if you showed me like Terra Firma or Toxic Avenger when I was 9, it would have been too far. Like, that would have been a little too much. This was like just the right amount of like, ooh, some titties, and like, ooh, some like gore effects. But I mean, I don't want to watch.
This is real tame though.
Yeah,
it is.
It's like
so
the tamest movie I think we've watched in the club.
It really is.
But man,
Yeah.
6 Shooter's the fucking shit, and I think that's why everyone loves this movie. Is 6 Shooter's just a cool looking puppet.
Really, my favorite puppet is Leech Woman.
See, I never liked Leech Woman.
I
Ever.
have a lot of sort of like problems with the idea of Leech Woman.
But yeah, this movie,
Are they okay?
I was gonna say this movie really bothers me when you think of the origin story of Leech Woman.
Well,
It's like he put his wife's
wait.
essence
I have it in my notes. I want to get to it in my notes and we can discuss it there. But
because can we? I mean, before we I'm not gonna jump all over your notes, but I mean, he's fucking shoving leeches into his wife's mouth. Essentially, is what happened.
I think that's just adding insult to injury. His wife dies, and he's like, "This is the best I can do for you." He literally says, "This is the best I can do."
all right, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go to the note. All right, I'll spoil the note.
All
Okay.
right.
Would you want this for your wife to be some horrible, immortal, deformed leech woman puppet? It does not look like she's enjoying to her. Like, she doesn't look like she's enjoying herself.
Well, in this movie and any other movie, it does not look like she's having fun when she has to vomit up those goddamn leeches.
All right.
She looks like she's in constant pain all the time.
Yeah, like why would you do that to your fucking wife? Okay, I am the only one of the three of us who is married, so I can weigh in on this. I wouldn't do it.
So real quick, non-movie related spoiler alert. I'm recording in the laundry room because it's soundproofed, and for a leg rest, I've opened the dryer door so I can rest my legs.
Nice, man. You're living the high life.
I think the bigger question needs to be, why is his back room in the basement soundproofed?
Because this fucking washing machine is loud as shit, and when my aunt installed them and was putting on the door, she was like, you know what, let's put a soundproof door in there so I don't have to listen to how goddamn loud those machines are.
Yeah, when you throw a couple of hooker limbs in there, they tumble around real bad.
Dead hooker in her trunk, more like dead hooker in the dryer. That's not funny. Don't laugh at that.
But
Too late.
I still, you know what though? You had already been messaging me about how bad Puppet Master 3. Like you're like, oh god, I'm sorry. Like you were already sending me those before I sat down to rewatch it. So I think going in, being like, oh no, this is going to be terrible. I mean, it wasn't good, but I still had a good time. I don't know. I think I just like movies that involve some type of killer doll. Like, as long as I'm seeing a doll walking around on its own accord, I'm going to enjoy any moment that's happening.
This is true.
Well, I also watched it in the most fucked up way possible, like with different parts on different YouTube videos that like the sound and the audio and the visual was all fucked up and like just terrible. So I was like, there was chunks of this movie that I was relying on memory to like remember what happened in this movie.
I think in retrospect, though, I really, I think that Puppet Master 2 is probably the better of the franchise now that I've rewatched Puppet Master 3 and seen how slow and boring large chunks of the movie actually are.
I fast forwarded to basically anything involving boobs or dolls.
Yeah. And there was probably a shit ton of fast forwarding.
Yeah.
I like the fake out. I remember watching this movie, like I'm putting this movie on and I don't have much of a memory of the film, but I see Klaus and how he's dressed and I'm like, oh, he's the dude that becomes Blade. Like I was like convinced that that's who Blade was going to be. And then I'm like, oh no, it was the Doctor who became Blade.
Yeah, but think about that too. The implication of like this guy that you absolutely fucking hate. You are his like visage for the rest of your life. Like you're immortal. You're an immortal doll that looks like this terrible Nazi that's responsible for your murder. What is Toulon doing to these people? This is fucked up.
Yeah. And then I read like what happens in the next movie.
Oh, it goes off the fucking rails.
Oh my god!
Demon.
Okay.
Fucking aliens and all types of shit.
I have never seen that one, but I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
You know what's even more crazy? There's 2 of those goddamn movies, and they are fucking interchangeable. There's no need for there to be 2-hour-long movies. Just cut them down to fucking 90 minutes of one fucking film. It's garbage. Oh, and then Curse of the Puppet Master's even worse.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen Puppet Master 1, Puppet Master 3, and Puppet Master versus Evil Toys with Corey Feldman.
Demonic Toys.
Demonic Toys, oh my god, they're coming for me now.
Yeah, okay, so Full Moon had so many really, really terrible films that were just great for midnight movie fodder. So my senior year of college, I was really, really sick. I thought I was dying. Like, I seriously, I didn't know that much liquid could come out of my body. And I couldn't sleep. And so I just laid on my bed, like curled up in a fetal position, and watched whatever was on, like Spike or whatever channel it was. And there was some movie about, it might have been one of the demonic toy movies.
Tell me the plot and I'll let you know, because I've seen it.
I honestly don't remember. I was like in and out so much that all I remember were there were dolls that were killing people, and so
if it
I
was
don't
in
know.
a warehouse, it was Demonic Toys.
I'm pretty sure it was Demonic Toys. It might have been, what was Demonic Toys versus something or other?
Demonic Toys versus Dollman was when Dollman and the chick from Bad Channels joined forces in order to fight the Demonic Toys.
It might have been that. I mean, it was pretty over the top. But for me, I'm the exact opposite of you, Matt, where I don't love movies with killer dolls in them. It's just never been my thing. But I did enjoy watching this film, if not for the fact that it was just a Full Moon release. I'll watch anything.
Here's the one thing that I will say about Full Moon that makes me really sad. Like, I've talked before about how there's a couple documentaries I own about VHS tapes, and no one ever covered this, which is that Full Moon was amazing with their VHS releases, and the things that made their VHS tapes so good is nowhere on their DVDs and Blu-rays. Was that every Full Moon tape had like a half-hour thing at the end of it that they called a video magazine. And it was like behind the scenes on how they made this stuff, and then it would be like behind the scenes on upcoming films, and they would show you like a couple clips from the next movie that they were going to release, and it was this really cool, like I used to not even care if the movie was garbage. Like if I was watching a shitty Full Moon movie, I'd be like, all right, but when this is over, that fucking I think it was called the something zone. I can't remember what the fuck the name was. But it was awesome. It was the thing that I looked most forward to, and then like you'd think that stuff would be easy to just kind of throw on as special video zone. It was the video zone. You think that shit would be easy to just throw into the back of like as a special feature on the DVDs, and they didn't. So like all those cool features are kind of just like gone now.
Well, they definitely had that at the end of the VHS that I had. We got to see how the whole scene with 6-shooter and the like Nazi general was done in that like hallway where he shot him and stuff.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Like it was a cool little thing at the end of each movie. What's happening?
I'm gonna see if they have it like on YouTube or anything.
They might. That might be the only place that you can probably see it unless you own the VHS tape still. So you've never seen Puppet Master 2?
No, I've never seen 2. This is like the only... this and number 1 are the only ones I've seen.
I mean, after watching this, I'm sure you're not going to be convinced to go check it out, but...
yeah, I'm not in a big rush or anything.
Puppet Master 2 is not bad. It's the only one, I think, that has Torch, which is a puppet made out of a furnace.
Yeah, he's right on the cover there.
Yeah. I really want to watch that one.
Yeah, no, I like Puppet Master 2 a lot, actually. And it has kind of a weird ending.
Whoa. The puppets return. This time they hunt some paranormal researchers to take their brain fluid.
Yes,
that's what's going on.
Yeah. So here's the plot line is like the elixir that they use that he uses to bring the puppets to life. They use that to bring his dead corpse back to life, and they build a human-sized puppet of himself. And they need to get enough brain fluid from everyone else in order to transfer his body and memories into the puppet body that they've built for him.
Whoa, according to Puppet Master 4, that's like the same shit going on, because they were making the decapitator or whatever.
It's fun, though. I have way more fun rewatching Puppet Master 2 than I do rewatching Puppet Master 3.
Wow. I might have I'll fully admit I made the wrong call.
Listen, let's benchmark at Happy Birthday to Me as the worst call that we've done in Horror Club, and it doesn't even come close.
This still does have puppets fighting Nazis.
Well, they're always fighting Nazis.
Is that their thing? Is they've just fight? Well, yeah, in the first one.
Well, the first one they were. The first two they weren't. But yeah, they hate Nazis. That's what made them evil. Are you ready for notes? Or do we have more that we want to talk about?
Well, this is just the other thing I don't have in my notes. In the first Puppet Master, apparently it's set in 1938, and the movie opens with Andre Toulon blowing his brains out.
Yes.
This movie opens with Germany, Berlin, 1941.
Which you think, like, just watching the movie that you made a couple years prior before putting a fucking title in the front of, like, what year it is.
Nah, they don't care.
They do not care. They don't expect anybody to be paying that good of attention. No. Like, people reference the previous film? What is this crap?
Yeah. They did fix it in Puppet Master 2, and it had his gravestone say that he died in 1941.
Well, then you just go, well, wait, Puppet Master 1 said that he died in 1938. Puppet Master 2 and 3 both. All right, whatever. All right, yeah, let's hop into Puppet Master 3 notes. All right, so it's 1941 Berlin. It's Nazi-occupied Germany. We all are speaking English to each other in German accents. We got some Nazi zombies in here. I like this opening scene quite a bit. And when I was little, the first time I watched this, when he hops off that table, shit my fucking pants watching that. That scared the shit out of me. This time I was like, oh no. It was pretty bad. I've always kind of liked this theme music that they have.
I agree. I love the Puppet Master theme.
They overdo it. They make the theme music sort of into the score for the movie, and I feel like that kind of overdoes it. But this, like when I first heard it again for the first time, I was like, oh, I like this. I like this a lot. When you see the puppet show that Toulon is putting on, I mean, he's fucking asking for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't shoot up Hitler every Tuesday on a matinee and not expect some retaliation from Hitler. Hey, like, come on. It was really surprising to see Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys in this movie. That was the fellow puppeteer guy.
I've never watched.
Oh, I was thinking that too. I totally thought that. I was like, come on.
He's got these huge Coke bottle glasses on. I just love it. Oh shit! I was gonna open the show by going, "Hello to you, fellow podcasters." That's how I was gonna open the episode. So we went over like you guys. So we were in agreement on our favorite puppets. Matt was Scott was 6-shooter.
No, you got it backwards.
Okay, so Leech
Woman is my favorite,
and I like 6-shooter quite a bit.
I'm gonna go with Pinhead. I like Pinhead.
Never liked Pinhead.
I like Pinhead's kills.
Yeah, he's
like the only one that I believe that could actually kill people.
Well, he looks, even at that size, he for whatever reason he looks intimidating.
Yeah,
it's those fingerless gloves. That's what it is.
Dude, get yourself fingerless gloves and nobody will fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if you're wearing a trench coat and fingerless gloves, then everyone will fuck with you. But um, so it's Nazi Germany. A member of the Nazi Party just left your building. Don't bother closing your blinds or anything when you bring your living puppets out. Like, come on, it's Nazi occupied Germany. Everybody closed their fucking blinds at night. What are you doing, Toulon? You think you're special or something? Would anybody feel comfortable with receiving a creepy, pale, doll version of themselves from their significant other as a gift?
Well, she married him. She's like, oh, it's so sweet. What else are you gonna say?
Yeah, I guess she's kind of into this puppet stuff, so
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like her thing. I thought it was a spooky ass gift to get. I'm like, get this thing out of this fucking house right now. At this point in my notes, I was like, does everyone suddenly sound like Kermit the Frog? Turned out the YouTube version that I had was not only imposing like this weird smoke effect on the front of the screen so that everything looked fucked up. They were also slowing it down to like 0.75 speed. So the like super dramatic scene of the movie where Toulon's wife gets shot and killed, everybody in the whole scene was like, Toulon, no, like they sounded like Kermit the Frog, and it fucking ruined the most dramatic part of the whole movie. That was a pretty decent squib, though, when she gets shot. And they had some good squib work in this movie.
Yeah.
When the whatever general guy gets shot all those times later on, like it's just like boom, 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 boom. Really good squibs. Check out that Nazi tub scrub. I'm loving it. It's bringing back some good memories for me.
We should only pick movies that we jerked off to when we were kids.
I got movies for miles, man. Movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll end up picking a lot of music videos, though, I think.
Well, my next movie would definitely have to be Critters 2, which is a great film. There's lots to talk about. So, round 10?
I can't do this game because I don't have any horror movies. I'd be picking like fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High and shit.
The horror would come in the podcast where we hear about you having jerked off to
but not to the pool scene.
You're jerking off at all the wrong parts. When being impaled from behind in a Jeep, do not make any attempt to move forward. Do not make any attempt to This is the Nazi way. Like, he just sat there and took it. And
yeah,
right? And Tunneler, like, moves slow. He's a slow-moving fucking guy. Like, get out of the way. What are you doing? So, for a second there, you guys maybe thought that they were going to kill an innocent doctor to get at Ilsa's body. Nope, he's a necrophiliac. Doctor's necrophiliac. He's checking out all the dead bodies. Fucking weirdo. The next doctor, the one that they, like, cut his Achilles tendon, though. That guy didn't do anything. I don't know. These guys just
so funny. I thought that was hilarious because the guy, he's getting his Achilles tendon cut. He's like, and just like laying there taking it, and then they just walk past him.
Yeah, Toulon's like, come on, my friends, and he just waltz right past the guy.
Yeah.
I love your impression of Toulon.
I don't know that was a very... I don't know what accent that was. I have no idea.
Come, my friends.
Possibly ghoulish.
Come, my friends. We have more ghoulish work to do. Let's go turn my wife into a leech woman.
It's the best I can do for her.
You'll get your revenge, my dear. Is your asshole ready? Good, because you're about to get puppet fucked. Toulon is cracking one-liners through this whole movie. He's all like, you can be sure that the general will be well armed. And then he looks at Six Shooter and he's like, but so are you. Like, your wife just died. You're on a hunt to get revenge against Nazis. What are you cracking one-liners for? We get some more Nazi boobies. I'm liking that. All right, so the shot that they had where the skinny guy came flying out of the window was really cool. But how did the general, that fat general, end up on the ground?
Yeah.
As I'm getting the joke now. in the shot where he comes out of the window, obvious stunt man. He weighs like 100 pounds sopping wet. Cuts to general on the ground, weighs like 250. He's this huge bloated dude. Wow, I really like this Peter kid. He's just so insanely upbeat. Next note, Peter, you fucking idiot. I don't know. I don't even know what that's in reference. Oh, he snuck out. He snuck out to go back to Toulon's theater. Way to go, dad guy. Obviously, it's a great idea to cut deals with Nazis. I'm sure you haven't learned your lesson about them yet. I mean, what are you doing? All right, so then the Nazis start attacking, and, you know, like, Pinhead throws a brick right into one of their fucking skulls. Tunneler digs a hole right into one of their shin bones. That's fucking hardcore. Leech woman dropping leeches on that guy's face. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot.
Hey, it's her revenge.
It's also funny because he just lays there. He's like, and then she's like, plop, right in his mouth. That's what kills you.
It seems like every time that leech woman wants to drop leeches on somebody, all the other puppets just sort of stand back. They're like, okay, go ahead.
It's so awkward because they're standing there and she's just like,
She's face is all like, and then it doesn't kill them, so you have to assume that the other puppets come in and finish the job. So
but they do it after she's left, so she doesn't feel bad, so she feels like she contributed. Yeah, no, Leech Woman, you got him good. You keep going to that next room.
Pinhead's throwing her the thumbs up as she like walks away, and then he breaks the guy's neck. Like, all right, now we can go.
I just don't feel like. Here's my main beef with Puppet Master in general is, I just don't feel like any of them could really kill anybody. Maybe Tunneler.
Well, Blade 2. Blade could as well.
No,
Blade 3
Blade could poke somebody.
Blade has like a scalpel for a hand. You could cut your throat. Am I wrong? Well, 6-shooter too. I mean,
I think we're just all in agreement that Leech Woman is useless.
Leech Woman is like the most useless one. Scott's just trying to back up his pick right now.
Like, let's pause for a second and think about again. He's brought his dead wife back to life as the most useless member of this ragtag group of fucking killer puppets.
Hey, make her like a fucking tank or something. Make her like the ultimate. Give her like, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, oh, thanks. I'm like this for all eternity. I'm fucking useless. I'm vomiting up fucking leeches on people.
Well, you know, if fucking 15th century medicine ever comes back in, I'll be real popular. I have plenty of leeches to just provide people.
Hey, so I have a question. How do they actually die? Is that discussed in like a future or a later film?
I think in the first one they literally throw one against the wall and it breaks and that's it. Like they killed.
That's all it takes.
They killed Jester by throwing him against the wall. Which, you know what? I'm wrong. Leech Woman's not the most useless.
Yeah,
Jester's goddamn useless.
But Jester has a cool effect, though. Yeah. Jester actually like. Well, I guess Leech Woman's effect is.
So what? He kills them with pizzazz.
With tons of zazz.
It's like I love how he goes. Oh.
Well, I would 6-shooter just go. Yeah. Pinhead at least doesn't make a fucking noise. Pinhead's like, oh, I'm here to just choke bitches. I'm ready. All right. Anyways, tell us in the thread. Rank your puppets from 1 through 5, and tell us which one's the shittiest on a scale of Jester to I don't know. Anyways, all right. So the flashback where he's in like Egypt, You're like, oh, we're about to find out how he. Oh no, flashback's over. It was entirely fucking pointless. He met a dude in Egypt once. That guy told him something. What he told him, we don't know.
Doctors hate him.
Find out this one secret trick for bringing puppets back to life. Alright, so Klaus, the main bad guy, becomes a puppet himself, and that part of the movie is fucking awesome. I believe Scott, he said the whole movie is worth it for that last kill shot.
Awesome. So good.
It is really good. Now, I have a question. Where the large, voluminous light source that was coming from behind his desk, I don't know where that was coming from. That wasn't there earlier in the shot, but when they start, like, pulling him up, from behind his desk, it's just these, like, huge amount of light to, like, backlight him being pulled up. Didn't really understand that, but it still looked like a really cool visual shot.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about how it works.
And then Toulon makes another joke at the end of the movie. I forget what it was though, but again, it just seems so out of place that he's trying to escape Nazi Germany, Berlin right now, and he's at the train station impersonating an army officer, and he cracks some like hilarious joke to this chick that it kind of seems like he's gonna pick her up.
Yeah,
like he's kind of like macking on her at the train station a little
your
bit.
Your wife is a puppet in your briefcase right now.
Yeah, she's listening to everything you're saying.
She's cool with it. It's okay, man.
Well,
what's she gonna do?
Yeah, honestly, you have all the time in the world to get away. So long as one of the other puppets isn't there to clean up her fucking mess, you'll be alright. Alright, so I got my last, like, synopsis. So it's alright. Maybe if this was my first watch of it, again, I would have liked it better. Maybe not. I probably liked it so much because I was so young when I saw it in the first place. But I definitely feel like this is the worst of the three movies that the three of us picked. And that's a bit of a bummer, but I'll take the hit this round. Matt usually is the one that takes that hit, so I feel like we got to trade up turns on this one. It was alright. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. I think I've learned my lesson.
I'm a better person for watching it. I always feel better when the Nazis get murdered.
Yeah, goddamn Nazis.
Arrivederci.